that time of year again. So this week I am going to be market prepping as many axolotls as I can in 5 days. This is just the beginning of the yarn I'm going to be using. My main colors I sell are pink, light blue, and light purple. In 2024, axolotls were my second best sellers. I sold 162 of them throughout the year, give or take a couple. So while today might only be January 27th, it is the best time of year to get a kickstart on mass producing these guys. My next market, assuming they accept me, will be mid-March. So I am going to get a head start on getting as much done as I can during this slow season. While I'm also market prepping, I am selling in a store. So I am also giving part of what I'm making through the slow season to that store, and then keeping about half of it for my markets. Currently, this store that I sell at has 0 axolotls, and they sell pretty well there, so I need to fix that. So what better way than to dedicate the next 5 days to making axolotls? I am probably going to hate myself come Friday. So if I get to be too miserable making the same plushie over and over and over again, I will possibly switch courses. The hope is that I can make it through the 5 days of prepping the same plushie over and over, so I can also switch up colors, which should help me. And then if I run out of yarn, then I get to go to Joann. So by run out of yarn, I mean the pink, blue, and purple here. I will also be making a couple of, I have one that is gray with black that sells pretty well. I also do black with gray, so I might make a couple of those, but I don't have too much gray yarn at the moment because I just made a bunch of possums with it last week. I also have a green axolotl, and then I also do yellow with orange and orange with yellow, just because finding a good light orange and a good light yellow is pretty hard, so I mix those together. And I had a high school customer one time call it the Cheeto axolotl. So I don't sell too many of the yellow-orange combo, but that's also because I don't make too many of the yellow-orange combo. So maybe this year I'll try to mix it up and make a couple and see how they do. So to start, I have 3 skeins of bubbly blue, 2 skeins of baby pink, and only 1 skein of baby lilac, and this is a partial skein. I haven't used too much of it. The 2 pinks are full skeins, and then I have this partial skein that I caked up, and then again one of the blue skeins is a partial, but, or do I have a partial? Actually, it might be 3 full skeins of bubbly blue. I might have a partial somewhere that I just missed. No, I know what it is. I started an axolotl and finished that skein, so I have a partial axolotl to finish this week. I just have the head done. I'll show you that in just a second. So here's that head I had made. So we are starting off with 1 partial axolotl. So hopefully I can get through these 6 skeins, and then we'll make some other colors. So I'm hoping changing up the color will keep my brain entertained enough to be fine with doing the same pattern over and over again. And for those of you wondering, I will be making this axolotl pattern by Crochet Grove. I will have it linked in the description as well. Game plan, I'm going to start by finishing this axolotl, and then I'm going to go through this partial skein just to get rid of it. And while I do this, I will be watching YouTube on the TV behind you guys. So I'll pause it when I have updates to make. Else, I'm sure it does. Oh, there it is. I set my crochet hook down to take a drink of water, and then I couldn't find it. So, whew. Happens too often. That's why I have multiple of the same hook. settle down. So I tend to, when I make axolotls, I like to surface crochet on the spine in bulk. So I will make a couple of axolotls, and then once I have a group of them, I'll go through and add the spine. So hopefully this week, my goal is to, at the end of the day, I will fully finish all the axolotls I made for that day. So that means finishing stuffing them, sewing the tail shut, and then adding that surface spine onto them. I'm usually pretty bad at it, and I will leave a pile of them to be done for a while. I like to have what I call it my bucket of doom. They are finished plushies. They just need to be stuffed and sewn shut. So I don't tend to have a lot of whips. I'm usually good at finishing sewing them together, and then I'll have about a week or two's worth of stuff that I'll just spend an entire day stuffing and sewing shut. To me, it feels more productive. I don't know if it truly is, but so this week, hopefully every day, I will fully finish the axolotls for that day. Alright, so this guy still needs sewn shut and the spine added, but I'm going to add it to my shelf. And now I'm going to work on finishing this partial skein. Alright, so I ended up having a phone call with another vendor in the area. We are starting to plan an accountability with each other so we can make sure that we're actually reaching our goals. I know I'm really bad at procrastinating. I'll make a list of things I want to do and then never do it. So we're going to meet every other week, it sounds like, for the time being. But we just had a phone call, just trying to go over what markets we're thinking about doing because it's that time of year. So while I was on the phone with her, I did 2 of these pink guys, which left me with this much of my scrap yarn. So almost done with that. And then I also made a blue one. So we are at 4 so far today, and it is currently 12:24. And then I have a part of a head here. So not off to too bad of a start, but definitely having to start thinking about markets for the whole year, which is crazy considering that it is only January. But that's how it goes. You hit January, you take a small break, and then you plan out the whole year. So I'll probably take a break here soon for lunch and then get into more axolotls. I think my goal for today is to finish off at least one main body skein. That would be great if I could do that. I definitely think I can. It's just a matter of staying focused. So it's always nice to talk to somebody while I'm working because it makes the time go by quickly. So the hard part is making sure I can focus enough to keep counting for the rows that need counting. But making 3 axolotls while on the phone with her was a decent amount, so I'm happy with that. And I'll check in with you again shortly. Alright, it is now Tuesday, and this is all that I made yesterday for a total of, I should have counted, for a grand total of 12 axolotls for Monday. I don't think I'm going to get 12 every day. I did have a meeting with my pottery guild last night that I attended via Zoom, so therefore I worked a little later than I normally would just because I was trying to keep my hands busy while I was listening in on that meeting. So I did finish off the blue skein. This is all I have left of that, which, if I'm guessing correctly, this would make a head, which is where I started at. So I used an entire skein to make, it looks like a skein makes 9. So we're gonna have a lot of axolotls at the end of this if I use all those skeins I showed you earlier. So I think today's goal will be to get through this pink skein here. I did make at least half of an axolotl with it yesterday, so it's not full, but alright, pink one it is. This one has decided that she needs to lay on my feet, but the issue is that she laid between me and my yarn, and she gets annoyed when it moves under her. So this was your decision to lay there, Missy. I finished off the majority of the pink skein, so I only have a little bit left now, and my wrist is starting to get to the point where it's about to hurt. So I'm gonna listen to that. I got 8 of these pink axolotls done, so I'm just going to work on stuffing them the rest of the way, sewing them shut and adding the spine on. And then I will do admin stuff for the rest of the day to give my wrist a little bit of a break. It's always important when you're crocheting to make sure you're listening to your body. So if your wrist starts to hurt, definitely stop what you're doing and give it a little bit of a rest. So I'm not to the point yet of pain, but I can tell I'm getting close. So I'll see if I can add the spine to the rest of these before I hit that point. And that brings my current total for 2 days of axolotls to 20. So we have 9 of the blue ones and 11 pink ones. And then tomorrow, I believe I'll start working on the purples and maybe some other colors as well. These are my 2 best-selling colors, so I do need quite a bit of these. If I go through all of the yarn like I have planned, I'll have 1 more skein of pink and I have 2 more skeins of blue. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do both skeins of blue just because that's a lot of blue axolotls to start the year off with. But anyways, I'll be back tomorrow for more axolotl making. Happy Wednesday! So as a reminder, we ended with 20 axolotls yesterday for 2 days worth of work. So today we shall keep chugging along to work on more axolotls. Today's plan is to go through the purple skein, and then we will work on doing other colors later. So I also need to do the reverse of each of these colors. I'll probably make like 2 of each in the reverse, just because usually the lighter colors with the darker accents do better than the dark colors with the light color accents. It is now Thursday, so yesterday didn't go quite as planned. I did something to my shoulder. I don't know if I just like over-rotated when I was reaching out here, but so it was hurting yesterday, so I didn't get quite as much done, and I went and did some admin stuff again. I actually worked on editing a video. So yesterday I got 4 light purple, most of the way done. I did not end up closing them and adding the spine. I also did 2 dark purple, and then I got the head of a light purple done. So I'm going to start the morning off by finishing these purple axolotls off, and then we will see where we go from there. The 4 light purple axolotls, but for the 2 dark purples I do need to have my light purple to do their spine, but I have a partial head, so I'm going to finish this axolotl and then I will add the spines to these. So I'll count the 4 light purples I've already done as well as these as Wednesday's make, but this guy will count as a Thursday make. So for Wednesday we have 6. So that's my lowest amount so far, and hopefully it will remain the lowest amount I can make in a day. It would be nice if I could get to 40 axolotls for the week. So we're at 26 so far, so that would mean I would need to make 14 more, so that's 7 a day, and I definitely can do that. So hopefully we can get to at least 40 for the week. I will work on finishing this guy so that I can add spines to these guys. finished off those last couple ones from yesterday, so I believe today I'm going to do different colors just because we have quite a few of the blue and pink. Purple we don't have too much of, but this is all the purple I have left. So I believe I'm going to start by finishing off this ball of yarn. I think this is enough to make one more, maybe a second. After I do my first one, I'll weigh it just to see if I have enough yarn to make a second one out of this. And then I did the reverse purples, so today I'll make the inverse blue and inverse pink. And then if there's time, maybe do the gray black and the green and the yellow orange combos. I definitely don't think I'm going to be able to do all of those today, especially because my goal is to make 2 of each. So that might lead a little into tomorrow. So we'll see how much we can get done today. And I'm definitely not going to use all of the yarn like I had planned at the beginning of this video. But I am going to give myself a break next week and not continue with axolotls. Just because this is so much that I'm going to be set for a couple of months, hopefully, before having to make more axolotls. So I'll catch up with you after I've crocheted for a little bit today. I have now finished 6 axolotls for the day. It is currently 12:20, so I have each of these in 2 different color, or 2 of each of these colors. And I went and measured the leftover light purple ball that I have, and unfortunately it is 1 gram shy of what I need, so unfortunately I can't make an axolotl with this until I go back to the store. But because this is all the gray I have, I might go to Joann after I eat lunch. I think I'm gonna go to Joann after lunch. So far we're at 6. I'm gonna go ahead and add them to the shelf with the others. I'll eat lunch and I'll catch you at Joann. And here is how we are looking so far with our 3.5 days worth of axolotls. We are currently at 32. Please enjoy my triage of cats who have joined me. Jenny likes to hang out in the bookshelf. I think she's mad I put axolotls there. But we are going to have to scratch my plan going to Joann. I just got on the app just to check to make sure that the yarn is on sale and what coupons they have. And it is. I never want to go there and pay full price, especially because things are normally on sale. But while I was on the app, I looked up the light purple and the gray color that I was going to want. And both of those are out of stock. And all the other colors I was planning to get were also out of stock. The only one they did have in stock at my store was the Brene Brights of that, the dark blue that I use for the accent in the blue. But I don't think I'm going to go to Joann anymore. I have not yet been to my store since the announcements about the potential bankruptcy. Or, no, they filed bankruptcy a second time. The potential closure of the stores. And now seeing how many yarn colors are out of store at my location, I'm a little nervous. I've been trying my best not to panic buy yarn. Unfortunately, I use majority of Brene blanket yarn, and I shop almost exclusively at Joann. I do occasionally go to Michael's, but their stuff's hardly ever on sale. The Brene blanket yarn that they do have, they just don't have a big selection, and I'm not a big fan of the Chanel yarn. I do have some colors of the Chanel yarn that I tried out a little bit. Actually, I have a bag of them that I haven't really touched them. So I'm still holding out hope that Joann is going to make it. But I might place a small order just of the colors that I am hoping for. And hopefully Joann gets a buyer here soon that is not planning to liquidate their stores. But I guess we'll go back to crocheting axolotls and hoping for the best. So I guess we'll start with the black and gray. I think I'm going to make the 2 black ones with the gray accents first, and then hopefully I can get 1 gray with black accents out of this. And I'll add it to my cart for shipping. And I need to add another black, and I'm also short on yellow. So before I forget, I'll add those to my cart. Okay, so I will not be ordering black. It's completely out of stock at my store and for shipping. And now the app has crashed. Okay, so the app does not want me to even check other stores near me about black. So hopefully, well, my best hope is that Joann stays alive after this and that we don't lose them. That would be best case scenario. But if they do go under, hopefully Michaels will start carrying more Brene blanket. Maybe. What sucks too is I had just started to collect all of the Posh yarn. That's actually the yarn I use in my crochet kits as well, and I really love the Big Twist Posh. And I hope we don't lose them. But it's really unfortunate that this is happening. I finished 2 black and 1 of the gray. I have this much gray left, so same problem with the purple. It's just not quite not enough to make another one. So these 3 all really badly need to be lint rolled because you can see the stuffing on the outside of the black really bad. The stuffing I have right now is shedding really bad, so it's all over me, it's all over the floor. So for these 3, that brings my total for today to 9, for a total of 29 axolotls, I believe. Just kidding. 33 axolotls total. So it is now 3:07 and I am catching myself staring at the TV more than I'm actually working. So until my workday's over, I'm going to pivot and go edit some videos, and then I will be back at Axolotls tomorrow. So 33 is not bad for 4 days. So it is not Friday today. Today is actually Monday, February 3rd. I had a meeting on Friday that ended up lasting much longer than I expected. So I decided to make today my day 5. So we still have to do orange and yellow. So let's get on with these 4 axolotls, 2 in each color, and see where we go from there. I finished 2 orange and 2 yellow axolotls. So now I believe the only color I have left is green. This is how much of each color I have left. I do have a whole nother full skein of orange, so I'm good on orange for right now in the time being, but I do need to get some more yellow yarn. I did see over the weekend that it looks like my local Joann has restocked So I don't think I'm going to go today, but I might go later this week just to get some more yarn. And yeah, now we'll move on to green. I have now pivoted to outside on my balcony. I do live really close to an airport, so apologies if a loud airplane flies over by while I'm chit-chatting. The weather is pretty nice today, especially for the fact that it's February. But the hard part is I think it's like 65, but my balcony's in the shade right now. So it's like in between where the jacket's necessary versus it's not necessary. So I figured I would enjoy the beautiful weather while I can. It has been freezing lately. Actually, I'm going to take this off. I want to say it was 2 weeks ago. It was in the negatives, so I was sweating inside. So I figured might as well move out here. I'm also curious to see how long it will take my cat to join me. She loves coming out here. So I plan to crochet outside more often, especially once we hit the official spring. But I think I need to get like a pillow. These chairs were gifted to us by my fiance's aunt and uncle. And they lean back pretty far. Like if I'm on the chair, I'm this far back. So I think I might need to get a pillow so I'm not hurting my back when I'm out here crocheting. I'm also hoping if I come out here if I crochet out here this summer that my cat will have fun hanging out, because this is her favorite spot. I always say she loves being outside. She loves butt scratches. She loves butt scratches on the balcony. And we haven't gotten to do that much lately because it's been freezing here. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see, but we do have a pretty decent view of the Colorado mountains here, so lots of enjoying the Rocky Mountains while I crochet. Sadly, after only finishing the last half of my axolotl, my back already hurts out here, so I definitely need to look into getting a pillow. So I guess I'm gonna move back inside, and I think I'll turn my heat off and open the doors maybe? Do I want to open the windows? Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn the heat off, open the windows for a little bit, until it gets too cold. So I'll see you back inside. It is now quite a bit later. It is just before 6. I do apologize for how orange the screen is. Unfortunately, the sun did go down. That's what happens in February. So I feel like I was moving at a snail's pace today. But I finished the 4 green axolotls, 2 of each colorway. And then after that, I managed to make 2 more pink. So that brings me to a grand total of 10 axolotls today. This is what we are ending the week with. So as a recap, we made 12 axolotls on Monday, 8 on Tuesday, 6 on Wednesday, 9 on Thursday, and then 10 today, for a grand total of 45 axolotls. The only thing that bothers me is that I never got to make a second gray axolotl, so it does not have its partner in crime. But once I'm able to get more gray yarn, I will definitely work on that. The most axolotl color that I made was pink, and this is my best-selling color, so glad that's the one I have the most of. So now I just get to tag all of these and put them away. So some of them will be coming to my store with me tomorrow when I work my shift and restock. So I'll get those tagged, and I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I hope I can inspire you to try to see how many of one plushie you can make in a week. I am very satisfied with my 45 plushies in 5 days. That averages out to about 9 a day. So even though we were not consistent on number I made each day, that's just life, and I have different responsibilities to do on different days of the week. So thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!